In this video, we're going to illustrate how to create a relationship template. First thing, of course, we're going to open a connection. We're using the World Cup database. We get the Schema tab, but what the work we're doing, we need to open a project. So we have our existing project. If you remember in previous videos, we've reverse engineered the World Cup database and we created these node templates and relationship templates based on the existing data. We then created a template diagram showing how some of the node types are related together. And then we created a new node template because we wanted to add new data to this model. So we created a node template called country. In this video, we're going to add a new relationship template. So this process works very much the same way. You can add a new relationship template by right-clicking in the tree view and add relationship template. Or you can add it directly to the diagram by clicking the new relationship button here, which I'm going to do. Then you have to click your from node template type, person, and your to node template type, country. And what we want to use this relationship for is to indicate what country a person's a citizen of. So we'll call it the citizen template, and the actual relationship type will be citizen of. And it's already filled in the node templates because we clicked on them on the diagram. And here we can enter cardinality. So we can say that a person is a citizen of one and only one country, whereas a country could have one or many persons, in this case playing the role of a citizen. Now the cardinality is strictly for documentation. It's helpful to describe to people how the data model works. But as you know, in Neo4j there are no real cardinality constraints. Now relationships can have properties, which we could add here. In our example, we don't have any properties, so I'm just going to skip that. But it works the same way as adding properties to node templates. The same is true with constraints. Relationship only has one kind of constraint, which is a property exists. And since we have no properties, we aren't going to do those, so let's just remove that. The description tab lets you create a description for this template. So we're just going to say that a person is a citizen of a country. And then the generated description shows you information. It gives you a cipher-like pattern for this relationship. It gives you the descriptions of the node templates, the person and country node template, and properties if you had them. So the next step, we'll go to formats, and just like a node template, you can create a custom format for the relationship on the template diagrams. We'll go ahead and make it bright red. Basically, you control the color and the line width and the line type. Same thing on instance diagrams. We can create a format there, and we'll just set that one to red too. So that's how you define formats. Finally, the data tab, when we click on that, it's going to run a query and it will attempt to retrieve every relationship based on this definition. Of course, there aren't any because we just defined it. So we can go over here and use the Add New button, and we can actually add new relationships to the database. So let's click that, and it's going to bring this dialog up. It knows the node template definition, so it's retrieved every node that conforms to the person node template. So the first one happens to be Andrea. And then same is true here for the country. It's retrieved. These are the two nodes we entered in our previous video tutorial on creating a node template. So I don't really know if Andrea is a citizen of the US, but we're just going to say add new relationship. And there it is. So let's close. And sure enough, it reran the query and it did find this one relationship. So we can do some simple data entry here. It's very generic, but it does get the job done. So there you have it. We've defined a relationship template. We defined constraints if we had any. We added some metadata description, set the formats, and we can actually add and edit actual data in the database based on this definition. So I'm going to click OK, and you can see it added the relationship line from person to country. It's got our format just the way we described it. So that's how you create a relationship template, and I'd encourage you to continue watching the videos and see what additional things we can do with NodeEra.